Hello, my Panda pals. Welcome back to the channel and to another recap. Today we are doing part 2 of what happened on Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 15. So, buckle it up and let's go for a ride. Let's check in with Niles and Matilda. Niles is stressed out because he doesn't have a job, he doesn't have any money. Matilda had to ask her brother to borrow money to cover the cost of their wedding attire. He's gotta ask Mr. Ark if he can cover the remaining cost of the bride price and the wedding. And now he's gotta call his family and tell them that he is getting married tomorrow.
They still have their doubts about Matilda, but they are still my parents, and I believe that I should tell them I'm coming home a married man.
Niles has been putting this off because he was honestly hoping that his parents would eventually warm up to Matilda, but it is definitely a now or never situation.
I've known her for 2 years. I want to get to the next step in my life, so I'm getting married.
We only hear Niles' side of the conversation, but it is very clear that his parents are not happy.
What makes you think that I am not rational? I do suggest you guys at least talk to her first before you say that.
They refuse to talk to Matilda, and they tell Niles that they do not support this marriage, and then they hang up.
I am happy for you, son. Those are 6 words. You don't even have to mean it.
Niles tells Matilda about the train wreck of a phone call that went down, and she's like, how the hell am I supposed to live in your country if your whole family hates me?
It will be me only. How am I going to survive?
You'll have me, won't you?
But you'll be busy sometimes. You will not be by my side.
Matilda is sad because she does love Niles, but the thought of going to America alone without the support of his family is really scary.
I'm praying to God that the future in America is the right thing for me to do.
Let's check in with Magda and Joe. The two wake up together after snuggling with the goodest boy in the whole world. And Magda is like, you should really take your fur baby on a walk and get to know him. And Joe, thankfully, does not make a stink about it, and he just pulls out his phone to write down how to pronounce stop and go poop in Polish. Points for Joe.
Make a poop, it's zrób kubkę.
Zrób kubka. Got it.
Now, right in that little notes app, Magda. So Joey takes Hades for a poop, and Magda goes into his room, and it is an absolute mess.
Oh my gosh, what is the mess here? If we will buy a house in the future, I don't want to see something like that.
Magda is concerned that Joe told her friends that he's not sure he's ready for marriage.
We have to take marriage to move to America, so maybe he don't mean what he said.
But she's really hoping that he proposes to her at the end of this trip, and she says that if Joey came in and asked her to marry him right now, she would say yes, yes, a million times yes.
If he will feel it after 1 week, of course I will say yes. I will say yes even today.
Joey is outside and he's like, I'm not gonna propose until I am 100% sure, and it's definitely way too soon for me to know that.
I can definitely picture ourselves being together and getting married, but I do think things are moving too quickly.
They head on over to her hometown and hit up the market because Joey wants to make Magda a romantic little dinner because he's gonna need to soften the blow when he tells her that he does not want to rush into getting married.
You moved to Germany with your ex-boyfriend. Is that common to move to other countries for people?
Magda is like, sure, it was fast, but if I had not moved as quickly as I did, I would not have found out that he was cheating on me as quickly as I did.
Never thought of it like that. It's interesting.
Yeah?
Interesting viewpoint.
Joey's like, listen, that may work for dating, but it does not work for marriage, so we should definitely take our time to get to know each other before saying I do. This does not make Magda a very happy camper.
You said to me a few days ago, you want to spend the rest of your life with me.
She's like, I'm not telling you we gotta get married now.
I won't be with him. I'm 100% sure about my feelings. He have to propose because I can't move to America without green card.
So Magda's over here and she's like, so you don't love me? And Joe's like, no, I love you. I think we should take some time to build up more trust before we get married. And Magda's like, yeah, so you don't love me.
I don't want to put a timeline necessarily on a proposal. I want to.
And then Magda gets super pissy and she's like, you know what? Whatever. Don't propose. You don't have to ask me to marry you because I don't even want to do it anymore.
It's okay. You don't have to propose me at all, and we don't have to take marriage. I don't care anymore.
Most of the worry is the way she reacted.
Magda heads off to bed and she's like, I don't know why he doesn't want to get married to me. I am perfect.
I didn't do anything wrong. He make a lot of mistakes, but not me. I don't know, I'm such a good person for him.
Let's check in with Veah and Sunny. And Rory. Veah is out with Sunny, gushing over monkeys and taking some selfies. Things are pretty tense because Veah really did not like that Sunny gave her an ultimatum to choose between him and Rory.
Sunny made me choose between him and Rory. But Sunny telling me to choose between him and my best friend is really unfair, and I just feel really hurt by that.
The ultimatum would have never happened if you didn't lie to him and secretly bring your ex-boyfriend on this trip. Veah tells him that she was really hurt with how things went down, and Sunny's like, I don't want to be this way, but my insane jealousy came up and I said a whole bunch of things I shouldn't have.
When I see him, I have the jealousy problems comes out, and I behave the way I shouldn't behave. I did.
I really don't think that Sunny has a jealousy problem, and I really don't think he said anything he shouldn't have.
It just felt like such a hurtful situation to be caught between you and Rory.
Girly, you literally put yourself in that position, and you had the option to not do that.
I just don't think it's fair that I was put in a situation where I have to choose. I don't want to choose. I want you as my boyfriend, and I want Rory as my friend.
You can have that. Like, you can definitely have that, but you have to approach it in the correct way, aka in a way that is respectful to both of the men in your life. Sunny is like, girly, you have to see things from my perspective. You brought your ex here and you didn't tell me about it. And Veah is like, yeah, I get it. I could have probably been more honest about everything, but listen, if you want me to tell him to go home, I'll tell him to go home.
I could text him today and tell him he can go home, so we can just have this time to focus on us and our relationship.
That's crazy. It's almost like he did not have to be here in the first place.
If you do that, I'll be really happy.
Okay.
So Veah texts Rory and she tells him to get his shit and get out.
I'll book a flight within the next few days.
That's cool.
Sunny tells Veah that he actually wants to meet up with him before he leaves because he doesn't want Rory leaving on such a sour note.
The way I behaved is not really okay. I shouldn't even done that to your friend. I wanna make peace together.
Now Veah is happy that Sunny wants to make peace, and she's like, it shows me that he's super capable of being a mature human being, but what if he fucks it up?
I think it's nice that Sunny wants to see Rory again, but I'm a little nervous about this because his emotions can be unpredictable.
I really need to see this unpredictability because, again, she's talking about him like he's an absolute monster, but we haven't seen it. Sunny, Veah, and Rory all meet up, and it is super awkward. Sunny's pretty nervous about meeting Rory, and he doesn't really know what to say to him, but since Veah did choose him, he is going to do his best to be the bigger person and be nice.
Did you get your flight ticket?
I did, yeah. I'm flying out tomorrow morning.
I'm glad to hear that.
I know you are.
You know, if you really want to be the bigger person, that might not be the way to do it. Rory tells us there's definitely still hostility in the air, but as long as Sunny's not being an absolute butthole, everything's gonna be fine. The group head off on their little safari, and they have a jolly good time looking at the giraffes and the ostriches and the zebras and the zebras' big old dongs.
What the
They pull over so Veah can pop a squat behind a bush, and Sunny is like, bro, sorry not sorry, but it's a little weird seeing you here, especially after our big fight, and it's honestly kind of crazy to me that y'all expect me to just accept your presence here.
Once you're gone, everything will go well. That's what I know, because...
Don't say anything you're gonna regret.
You may think that Sunny is really bad at playing nice, but don't worry, he does right the ship. He apologizes for being rude, and he tells him that there's a lot of insecurities that bubble up inside him when it comes to Rory because Rory and Veah have such a long and deep history.
I want to say really sorry from my heart the way I behaved with you, because I didn't have any right to talk to you like that.
So everyone is friends now, and Veah is thrilled that she is gonna get to have her cake and eat it too. Rory asks Veah if she's met Sunny's family yet, and Veah's like, no, because Sunny is ashamed of me. And Sunny's like, whoa, chill, girl. My family knows about you, but I've never brought a girl home to meet them, so this is a big deal and we have to do it right.
When I met his friend, he was just telling me I need to cover up my tattoos, change who I am.
Rory, thank God, is like, Veah, that is not a big ask.
I don't think that's too much to ask for, V, especially if it's a cultural thing. You have to respect that at a certain point.
Veah is like, oh yeah? Would you like it if someone asked you to cover up your tattoos? And then Sunny tells her that she's being selfish, and she's like, nuh-uh.
It was tough to date.
She is a very stubborn person. She's very stuck in her ways.
Rory is like, listen, I love Veah. She is a very nice girl, but it is very funny to watch another man suffer through all the things I had to suffer through.
You have to make those sacrifices. If they want to be together, she's just gonna have to shut up and wear a turtleneck, I guess.
And then Sunny's like, I have had to deal with all of your bullshit, but you cannot do this one thing for me? And Veah is like, fine, I'll cover up if I really have to, but I just need you to know that I would never make you change who you are so that you can meet my family. That's awesome for you, but Sunny's not in that position. He has very strict, very conservative parents that he wants to respect and maintain a good relationship with, and he wants them to accept you. And he doesn't want to have to fight about it. So, like, girly, sometimes you just gotta pick your battles. Like, look at Corona, right? We know what she's about, but when she went to go meet Inky's family, she did not come dressed like she came out of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, okay? And that, my Panda Pals, is all I got for you today. I hope you liked the video. If you are not subscribed yet, please go ahead, click that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments below what you thought about this episode so far. I hope to see you for the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!